big sister. I'm the lucky one. I got her for a sister. Raise your hand if you had your sister's picture in the National Enquirer playing golf in her bare feet. I don't see any hands raised, so I take that as a no. We grew up on a farm in Elliott, Illinois. Population 350 people. Playing hide and seek in the cornfields. Picnicking in the park with other farm families every Sunday. And square dancing in barns on Saturday nights. You have heard of a Renaissance man. Well, from this simple life, I had a Renaissance sister. She had so many interests that it makes me tired just to thinking of them. Art was her love, as was the theater. She was in a theater group here that performed in schools, and going to the fireside theater with her friends was one of her most favorable things to do. She sailed many years with Wally and then passed that love to her children. Golf was also a passion for many years. And as many of these ladies sitting here knows, she was formidable at the bridge table. When I call her these last years of her life, she was playing bridge, watching sports on TV, going to the fireside, sitting on the porch watching her family sail on the lake, and going out for lunch with friends. And of course, working on her many, many art projects. Oh yes, we can't forget her parties that she loved to have at her home. Now you get another chance to raise your hand. Raise your hand if you have been to one of her parties at her house. I thought so. One of the greatest joys, her greatest joys, was to give gifts, wrapped almost too beautifully to open. She was always making something for someone. Her famous canes, dolls for wedding favors, Christmas balls for friends, and that's just to name a few things. One of the greatest gifts that she gave to me was a lesson. That lesson was not to complain. One time I called her after Wally died, and she was not feeling well. I said, Deonna, you never complain about all your problems. She said, no one wants to be around a complainer, and I love to be with people. I try to remember that I shouldn't complain, but I'm sure my husband would tell you I don't always succeed. I hadn't realized how much she missed Wally until 2 years ago when she was visiting me, and one of my friends' husband died. And she said quietly to me that her life had not been easy since Wally died. She had never complained about this, so I was surprised. Yes, she was feisty. If she wanted to call a quesadilla a quiscadilla, she was going to do it. And no one was going to stop her. I could go on forever because she had so many gifts and shared them. I was touched by a woman who came into the ICU waiting room weeks ago and asked me if I was a relative. She said she was a dialysis friend and they missed her so much. She was their leader who organized them for lunch after dialysis. Many of you sitting out there have been organized by her at one time or another, I'm sure, but I won't ask you to raise your hand. Typical of Deonna, for my birthday this year, she sent me 3 cards, all special. And when I asked her what that was all about, she said she liked them all, so she bought them all to send to me. So what I want to say is, Deonna, thank you for your love of life, your generous spirit, the lessons I learned from you, the examples you set for all of us, and most of all, for the love of a sister. I will miss you so much, but you will always be in my heart.